every night. 16-year-old Mira stood outside a crowded wedding hall, holding an old plastic bag close to her chest. Not to attend the wedding, not to enjoy the music, but to wait for leftover food. At home, her little brother was hungry, and her father, once a strong carpenter, couldn't walk anymore after a terrible accident. Some nights, Mira brought enough food for everyone. She lied and whispered, "I already ate outside," just so her family could eat a little more. That night, the wedding was bigger than usual. Bright lights, expensive cars, tables filled with food people barely touched. Mira watched silently from the gate, trying not to cry. Hours passed. The guests laughed, danced, threw food away without thinking. And finally, when the music stopped, Mira quietly entered from the backside of the hall. Her hands trembled as she carefully picked untouched food from the tables. Rice, bread, a few pieces of chicken, enough to make her brother smile tonight. But suddenly, a loud voice shattered everything. "Hey, what are you doing?" A security guard grabbed her arm violently. The plastic bag fell to the floor. Food scattered everywhere. People turned around and stared. Mira's eyes filled with tears. "I'm sorry. Please, my brother is hungry." But the guard didn't listen. "These poor thieves ruin everything." Then he kicked the food across the dirty ground. For a moment, the entire hall went silent. And Mira slowly dropped to her knees, trying to pick the food back up with shaking hands. That's when a calm voice echoed behind the crowd. "Stop." Everyone turned. It was the groom, still wearing his wedding suit. He walked slowly toward Mira, staring at the food lying on the floor. Then his eyes became heavy with emotion, because years ago, he had once stood exactly where she was, hungry, ashamed, forgotten. Without saying another word, he helped Mira stand up. Then he took her inside the hall himself. Fresh food was packed into containers. Warm bread, rice, curries, desserts, enough for days. Mira couldn't believe it. But then, the groom handed her a white envelope. Her hands trembled as she opened it. Inside was money, school admission papers, and a note. It said, "Your life will not end in poverty. I promise." Mira broke down in tears. For the first time in years, they weren't tears of pain. Years later, Mira became a doctor, but every weekend, she still visited wedding halls, not to collect leftovers anymore, but to feed hungry children waiting outside the gates, just like she once did.